I have 12:15, so good noontime and welcome to Rotary today. We're so glad that you are able to join us today. We've got a wonderful program scheduled just for you. But before we do that, Jan, would you be so kind as to bring us to order today, please?
Indeed. Gracious Lord, we do give you thanks for this day. And we give you thanks for that we can be sure that you are with us day in and day out. Lord, thank you for being with us in this community as we walk through the COVID steps and kind of come out into something that looks more normal on the other side. And Lord, thank you that you put us in communities and help us to delight in the history of our own community here in Kingsville. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jan. And let's see, Norma, would you like to lead us in pledge today?
Bill, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Norma. And Brenda, would you like to lead us in song today?
Sure. Okay. Rotary, that spells Rotary. Rotary is known on land and sea. From north to south, from east to west, one profits most who serves the best. Rotary, that spells Rotary.
Yay! Thanks, Brenda. Thanks so much. Yay! Okie dokie. Let's see. Do we have any visiting Rotarians? And I don't believe we do. And I think we have just one guest with us today, and we will get to her momentarily. Let's see. Do we have any happy dollar announcements today? Richard, give us that dollar and give us the good news, sir. You either have to speak up or turn on your microphone, or both.
Richard, you're on mute.
Okay, is that better now?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Thank you. I thought of a couple of our possible Rotary projects today. One is, I was wondering if we could go to the apartment complexes in Kingsville and ask if they would like to start recycling. And either we could just try to convince them or possibly give them recycling bins to use like they use at the university, only a little better. For example, we could give them one for aluminum cans. There's a place on 6th Street where you can, I took 2 big bags of aluminum cans. They weighed them and came to $13 and they gave me $3.90. So this would, the people could get a little money for their good works. Anyway, it's one possibility. Maybe JD would think about that. I'd be glad to serve on the committee. Another possibility I just saw, I don't know if any of you, the rest of you, I got an email from Juan Lira. I just saw it this morning. It'd gotten lost. It was about Rotarians buying oxygen generators for India to try to help out in this terrible COVID crisis there. Anybody get that email?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was wondering if we might be able to be interested in helping out with that.
All right. Well, I think your first idea can go to Danny Pena, our director of local community service. And the second idea, we can certainly discuss that as the director of international service. Thank you, Richard, for taking on the world. And we can certainly discuss the opportunities to serve at that capacity. It sounds great. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. What else you got?
That's all for me.
Sounds great. 2 good ideas. Isn't bad. Thanks, Richard, for sharing that. Do we have any more Happy Dollar announcements today? Not to worry, that's okay. There's always another day for a Happy Dollar. Don't forget that this weekend, Saturday, begins our first part of District Assembly focusing on foundation, in addition to a grant certification training. Each club needs at least 2 members to be certified for the coming Rotary Years grants, and we have some of those done already. We have 2. Oh, good. Thank you, Crystal. But we can always use more. But there is more foundation knowledge this Saturday. Do we know if our upcoming foundation chair has been made aware of that? He has. And is he available?
Been made aware, have not heard back if he's able to attend yet.
Sounds great. Thanks so much. That's this Saturday, and next Saturday is part 2 of District Assembly, and that will be covering some more things such as membership development and engagement and youth services, Rotary Leadership Institute, oh my, and more. And so for more information on that or to register, please go to our district website, rotary5930.org, or our own website, rotarykingsville.com. 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 That's right, it is your source for all information Rotary. And also in our website and the district website is registration and information for this year's virtual international convention. It was supposed to be in Taipei, Taiwan. Jay, Dean, and Richard and I are very upset that we do not get to go to Taiwan this summer, but it's okay because now everybody can go virtually. Registration is open. It is $65. Some of us have already done that, and you will enjoy it, guaranteed. Jay, Dean, or Richard, do y'all have any information to add on why y'all love international conventions so very much?
J. Dean.
Yes, sir.
That is a good reason. That's why I like them too.
My favorite, yeah, my favorite is also me. No, Richard and I have had a great time. I know Richard's been going to the conventions longer than I have, but the last 3 with him were great. And I was looking forward to having Justin to the mix, but they've got great speakers. It's great cheerleading campaign for Rotary, and there's so much we do that many of us just don't even know about. It really is a fantastic program.
By the way, I'm planning to go to the one in 2023 in Sydney, Australia. See my friends back there. That'd be a terrific trip.
That'll be fun. I think Crystal's year is Houston. And so, yeah, we get to make the long trek to Houston.
Houston is easy. Yeah, you can't. No excuse for not going to Houston.
And Crystal, don't worry, your gas money is already in the budget. So thank you for that information. And that's right, more information on our website and in the bulletin. And now on to our featured presentation. Chris, would you like to introduce our guest to us, please?
Sure, absolutely. And I'm going to try to share my screen, which will be exciting. All right.
I'm already excited.
Here we go. All right. You guys can see that?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So we have with us today Lisa Neely. She's the archivist for King Ranch. And we're going to talk a little bit today about an exciting anniversary that we have in 2021. 2021 is the 75th anniversary of Assault's 1946 Triple Crown win. Assault's the 7th Triple Crown winner and the only horse from Texas to do that. He was born right here in South Texas. So for the anniversary, there's a few things I'll let you know about before we get to before we get to Lisa. One is that Lisa has put together at the King Ranch Museum at the Henrietta Memorial Center a special exhibit on assault. We have a kind of a permanent exhibit that's there, but for this year we've expanded on it. We have a few more artifacts and photos, and tell the story of his life in a little bit more detailed way. The Saddle Shop is also, I'll do a small commercial for them. They have a number of items that they're releasing to commemorate the anniversary. What you can see right now is a scarf that they had commissioned. I think that it comes in a variety of colors. They also have, I think, a charger plate and a commemorative poster. And I think later in the season, they're going to have some special handbags and blouses and other things. But that's your Saddle Shop commercial for today. And then we have, hold on just a second. We have at the, it's kind of an exciting partnership, the National Museum of Racing, and which I wasn't aware existed, but it does. The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame is in Saratoga Springs, New York, and they have a permanent exhibit for assault, but they're also expanding and doing a special exhibit for this year. So from June through January of next year, they're going to have a special exhibit. So if you're ever up New York way, go see some of the artifacts that we put on loan for them.
And ours is through December.
And yeah, ours will be through December as well. So with that, I will get to Lisa. Please take it away, Lisa.
Well, as Chris mentioned, this is the 75th anniversary of Assault winning the Triple Crown. In '96, we had a 50th anniversary party. It was a little more celebratory back then, but we toned it down this year because of obvious COVID reasons. As Chris mentioned, we always have a little bit of an exhibit dedicated to assault. King Ranch got into the thoroughbred business by, I won't say accident, but not for racing purposes. They had always had quarter horses here, and trying to improve the blood stock, they bought Chocaro to infuse the blood, because thoroughbreds have speed. Quarter horses are known for endurance. So they bought Chocaro, and then they started buying mares to breed to Chocaro. And Bob Clayberg was interested in what he was seeing, so he, go ahead.
We'll skip over
The
the video, but that's fine. We can get it next time. We'll get it next.
Okay. Okay.
We can do it at the end.
Okay. He hired Max Hirsch. Max Hirsch had started out as a young boy as a jockey, but he got too big to be a jockey and started training horses. And one of the horses he had trained was the 1936 Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes winner, Bold Venture. And Max Hirsch convinced Bob Clayberg that he needed to buy that stallion, again, to add the bloodline to the quarter horses here at King Ranch, but also now that he was interested in getting into the thoroughbred racing business. So he bought Bold Venture and started, I was trying to see what, started breeding. And what we're interested in is there was a mare called Igual. Igual was not a very interesting mare. In fact, she was almost destroyed because she had an abscess that they couldn't detect. And finally, the ranch veterinarian, Dr. Northway, literally hands-on all over her body and found this abscess and lanced it, and she slowly made a comeback. She never raced, but she did turn into a good brood mare. And for what we're interested in, she was bred to Bold Venture, and Assault was foaled. as a young colt running around out in the pasture. What we believe is there was some surveying done that he stepped on a surveyor's stake and it went through the frog of his hoof, and it became infected. And Bob Clayburgh told Dr. Northway to put the colt out of his misery, but Dr. Northway thought he could save the colt. So he cut away most of the hoof, and the hoof basically is like our fingernails. But it slowly grew back, and because Assault had to it hurt him, he kind of limped a little bit. And if you'll look at the picture on the right, that shows what his hoof looked like. And you got to look real careful. It was a special shoe that he wore. And then if you look at the picture on the left, you couldn't really tell once it grew out that there was much of a difference in the two. But he, as I said, he kind of stumbled when he walked or trotted. But once he got to running, they called him the club-footed comet because he just sailed through the track. As a 2-year-old, he did a little bit of racing, nothing really spectacular. But as a 3-year-old, Max Hirsch put him into the Derby. I know, but why did you have pie up first?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Chris put the slides together. He got them out of order.
I'm getting critiqued.
So anyway, he put Assault into the Derby, and a local boy called Warren Mertens rode him, and he won the race by 8 lengths. Assault was the 4th horse to win by 8 lengths. There has not been another Derby winner in that many lengths ahead. That's a race record. You see here Max Hirsch there at his head, and it's called the Run for the Roses, and that's a blanket of red roses. A week, and that was on May 4th, 1996. A week later, Max Hirsch put him in the Preakness, and he just did beat out Lord Boswell. And here, that's Warren Mertens right there in the silks. Bob Clayburgh's behind it, and his daughter Helen Groves now is there in the floral dress. A little anecdote about Mrs. Groves. When we had the Kentucky Derby party in 1996, all of the winter pictures from those 3 races, she's wearing this same dress. And I asked her if she wore it because it was a good luck charm. And it was a hand-me-down dress from her mother. And she said, no, that was before King Ranch had oil money. So that's why she wore the same dress. On June 1st, the final race of what we call the Triple Crowns was held, and Assault won by 3 races. Thus, he won what we call now the Triple Crown. It wasn't called the Triple Crown really until it was coined by a newspaper reporter in 1930. And it wasn't until 1950 when the Thoroughbred Association decided to create a Triple Crown trophy, which is a triangular shaped trophy that has the 3 races engraved on the 3 sides. And in 1950, they decided to retroactive go back to the very first Triple Crown winner, which was, I just went blank. I'll think of it in a minute. And it wasn't until 1956, 10 years after Assault won the Triple Crown, that King Ranch received its Triple Crown trophy. Assault would go on and race his 4-year-old and 5-year-old, and he started having, besides his hoof, he had other health issues. And so they finally retired him after his 6-year, a few races. And then he came to stand out at the ranch. Many visitors came to see him. Go back to. Yeah, many people would come out because he stood out here at Santa Gertrudis. This was about 1947, 48 time period. That exercise jockey up there is Jose Angel Garcia. He was known as Pi. And the man there on the right, that's Texas Governor Buford Jester. Again, you could just drive out to the ranch and come see Assault out in the pasture, but many dignitaries would come and visit him as well. Finally, in 1968, they took him off public view. That's where you go back to Dr. Northway. Because again, he was getting old. But Dr. Northway kept an eye on him and made sure he was living his retirement years fine. But in 1971, he stumbled and broke a bone in one of his forelegs, and so they had to put him down. He's buried out here at Santa Gertrudis at the production office, along with some of the other top quarter horse and thoroughbreds. And they said that he, as many thoroughbreds are, he was buried facing west and in the running position. Chris mentioned that we have the display cases and exhibit. There's a photo exhibit of some of basically what I told y'all. In the display cases, we have a set of the thoroughbred jockey silks on display. We have pictures of the different trophies. Those are in a secure case in the main house. We're hoping to get some of Assault's other trophies from some of the other races he won within the next week or two. And then one of the Chris thought was really pretty cool, although it's been on display, he didn't notice it. Max Hirsch, when Assault won the Triple Crown, Assault was the 7th horse to win the Triple Crown. And he had a walking cane carved that had all 7 of the Triple Crown horses' names and dates on there, and that's on display. And this is a little snippet of Assault winning one of the races.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and there's a video. It's about a 4-minute video that shows kind of all 3 of the races, but we were just going to show the final one here. If technology serves us well.
Now, Lord Boswell, at the head of the stretch, jockey Warren Mertens on Assault opens up with Black-Eyed Susans. But here comes Lord Boswell. Jockey Doug Dodson gives Boswell the whip. He's closing fast on Assault. The finish and the winner, Assault by a neck, taking down 100 G's. That ain't hay, but it's plenty of oats. At New York's Belmont Park, all eyes are on Assault, Derby and Preakness winner, as the crowd awaits the start of the Belmont Stakes. And they're off in the 78th running of the famous mile-and-a-half Turf Classic worth $100,000. In the backstretch, it's Hampton in the lead, Natch is second, Warwatch third, Assault is fourth. And now, entering the stretch, it's Hampton still in front, but here comes Assault, making his move on the outside with a thrilling burst of speed. He's pouring it on, fairly flying. And at the 8th pole, Assault takes the lead. With jockey Warren Mertens giving him a terrific ride, Assault heads for home, pulling away to win by 3 lengths. The 7th horse in history to win the Triple Crown of the American Turf. A magnificent performance by a great horse. Hats off to Assault.
And what's neat about that Belmont race is when Assault came out of the gate, he stumbled, so he had to make up the race from way behind to win that race.
All right.
Any questions?
Any at all? Any at all? Jen, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Linda, did so after Assault's win, did the ranch try and breed more?
Did try to breed him. Again, because of the foot, he had been given all kinds of antibiotics. And there were reports of him being sterile.
Hmm.
He was, which is, I don't understand all that kind of stuff. He was sterile when they tried to breed him to thoroughbreds, but he did produce 2 or 3 quarter horse crosses.
Huh.
But for whatever reason, it didn't work with thoroughbred blood.
Interesting. All right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
and Richard. Richard, you are muted.
Yeah, the display is at the King Ranch Museum, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, thank you.
And we're gonna have a TV set up with those races so you can see the all those races running.
Thank you.
Anybody else today? J. Dean, sir.
First, I wanted to thank Lisa very much. Even Chris's slideshow didn't slow her down. It's an interesting story, and you always hear about it, but I'm looking forward to the to the display. Were there? I'm wondering if there's any family lore about bets. I'm just thinking of a horse. If I had a horse walking the track with a limp, and I know he's good, if there's any lore about making some nice bets on us all.
If there is, I couldn't tell you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, Lisa and Chris, thanks so much for being here with us today. We certainly do appreciate your time and the information, and make sure that you enjoy that lunch. It's on us through Chris. So thanks so much for being here with us today. We do have a few things upcoming again this Saturday and Saturday next. District Assemblies Parts 1 and 2. More information on that on the district website and on our website. Tentatively, the last Tuesday of the month, we will be hybrid, but we are still ironing out those details, and so more information coming as soon as we have it. The first Monday of the month is our regularly scheduled board meeting via Zoom. If you're interested in so joining, you are welcome to. The middle of June, 12th through 16th, is our 2021 virtual Rotary International Convention. Registration is open. It's $65. We do encourage you to partake if you can make the time. And information on the installation banquet for our club will soon be coming once we know those details. And so we are working diligently on finding those plans for you. And in approximately 50 days and about 11 hours and 18 minutes begins our new Rotary year, and we are all looking forward to Crystal taking the helm of our club there. So congratulations, Crystal, and we are but minutes away from that. Does anybody else have anything for the good of Rotary today? Seeing none, it is time now to go to our weekly Paul Harris drawing winners. And for that, we go to the leaderboard. So a drum roll, please. Nobody answered the phone this week, but that's okay. The sad face will only last a little while longer. Remember, every week is a new opportunity to make a connection with your fellow Rotarians and future friends. And for that, you may log into our website and go to the Club Runner login side to find the names and phone numbers and emails of your fellow Rotarians, or simply go to the Club Runner app on your mobile device for an easy access to your fellow friends. And now, if you will please join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? That's all for today, folks. Thanks so much for being here with us. We certainly appreciated the company. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Lisa, for the information. And because Rotary is built on fellowship and networking, even though we're ending early, we'll leave this meeting open for fellowship time until about 12:47.